Hi everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. Today is Sunday, May 16th. Currently it's 58 degrees. High today is 71. It says no chance of rain, although it's very overcast. To me it looks like it could, but it says no chance. Humidity 74%. There's no wind. Air quality is 60, which is moderate. So I can tell I've already, been out and kind of looked around a little bit, and something, I'm sure it was one of the squirrels, got into the new bed, the new Garden of Charity. So I guess I'm going to have to put some plastic forks in that one, because it dug up the some of the squash seeds. I mean zucchini. Well, zucchini is a squash, but yeah, it dug up some of the zucchini leaves. I was looking at the leaves of this thing here. Seeds. It dug up some of the seeds. And, if it was a little plant, one of them had germinated, which I put back in the soil, But it could have, ruined them. And I would have had to start all over. They're just about ready to sprout. One out of 3 seeds that I put back in there had a little sprout, and I couldn't find the other. I put 4 seeds in each hole. I can only find 3, so that's still pretty good chances of them germinating. Then I see which is the strongest once they come out, and then I, just thin them out to one plant. Let's go see what's going on. Everybody looks happy here. We repotted this one that we got at Aldi, and it looks great, y'all. I got some comments that those can be put in the ground outside, so I don't know. Maybe if it gets too big or something. That's a pretty good sized pot it's in. But we'll see what happens. And it's got this little thing, little owl hanging on it. That's cute. Hanging on. This one I had to cut a bunch of dead stuff off, this succulent, but it looks actually a little bit better already. I had to cut some off of this one. I might have to cut some more. This one, maybe this one right here, but not right now. I don't want to cut too much off of it at once. And the spider plant already looks happy, much happier. Just gotta get the dead stuff out of all of them. Right there. This one here had been leaning towards the sun, in the window. Boy, I can't believe how this Christmas cactus is perked up. That's just great. There's these. This one needs repotted. We forgot to do it yesterday, this bamboo. We need to repot it. It looks better today, and I put a little bit of soil on it in there, but it needs repotted. This little fern, I don't know if it'll make it or not. This one may have to end up pruning too. I potted those 2 eggplants that were left over. May as well let them grow in these containers. I don't know how good they'll do, but potatoes look great. These little peppers, I don't know if they'll do anything or not in those little pots. I potted, something's been digging in this. Look at that. Right there. Good grief. I'm hoping this one will do okay in this container. The lettuce looks good. Nothing's come up in those little potatoes. I'll have to put some different ones in there probably. Seemed like the Miracle-Gro's perked up those 2 a little bit. The tops look a little bit greener, so they may be okay. I don't think they'll ever produce a whole lot. I'll be surprised if they do. Unless like I said, I might ought to. I'm giving them a chance to grow before I change them out or something. All of mine look fantastic. from here on, I mean, you can tell a big difference in them. You can see these coming up here. Green beans. Oh, this looks great. You can see there's snow peas coming up back there. And you might not be able to see it, but I do see the onions starting to come up. There's little bitty ones right down here. You can barely see it by my finger there. You can see some right here. Oh, green. So they're starting to come up, the onions. Yep. Okay. No cucumbers coming up, but the ones that I bought are looking pretty good. But all of the radishes are starting to come up. You can see all three rows. But I'm not seeing any. I don't know how long the carrots take. I'm not seeing any of them yet. But it'll happen. Peppers look pretty good. And you can see places where I have, that place there was totally dug up, right in that area. There was some over there. There was some 2 places over here, right around that one and this one here. So, you know, I know it looks kind of funny to have these forks in here, but you know what? This one they were getting into all the time. I mean, every other day probably. And since I did that, there's not been one of them in there. I might need to put a few in there. These new ones, forks I've got, they're clear though. I don't guess it matters though, because they'll still be able to see them between the white and the clear. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. I'm not gonna let them, you know, ruin this either. But so far I haven't seen them digging around over there. I'm wondering if I finally do this here, if they'll start digging over there. That soil's a lot harder over there. That's not. I was trying to get it to take a picture of that, and it won't. For some reason, it wouldn't do it. Zucchinis are looking good here, but you can tell the areas where it's a little darker where I had to fix it. They've been digging right here too. You can see right there. And they don't have no reason to be digging in this because there's no, but I guess the baby ones may not know, the smaller squirrels may not know that they think there might be nuts in there or something. But, you know, we just put that one up so there's no nuts been buried in there. Wow, this one's really filling out here. Looks great. Look at that one. I like that there's different colors of them. In the same area, they'll be different. All different colors. These are starting to grow pretty good right here. Can't let this stuff just cover it. give these a chance here, you know. I'm getting covered up. That's a little better. These here are getting kind of a little covered. It's a little better. Well, that one's growing pretty good right there. I'd like to see what it'll look like. Yep. The grass I planted over here, I filled this hole in. There was a big old hole that Joy kept going through at, but you know, because you couldn't hardly see it when it was covered with grass. I planted grass and put some dirt in there. I bought some of that dirt from Aldi and put it in this hole. Tamped it down, put grass in it so that she won't be bumping through there and jarring her so much. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to put forks in this one. I mean, I've got some stuff that's supposed to keep them from getting around stuff, but every time it rains, you have to reapply. So I don't, you know, doesn't seem like it would be that great to me. The forks will be there and they ain't gonna dissolve or anything. I didn't think that they would get in that one. But now that they can't get in this one here, they've decided to try that other one. Then if they do anything around the house, I'll have to do different places there. They don't mess with the tomatoes though. I don't think the smell of tomatoes, you know how when you rub on a tomato branch it smells? I don't think they like that smell or something. Boy, something dug a little hole in here. Right there. That's funny. Knock down that plant. I planted some more marigold seeds here. I've had a few of y'all in your comments tell me that I've inspired you to grow some things, and that really makes me feel good. I appreciate that. It'll be worth it. I mean, it's all a learning process. You know, if you make a mistake or something, you know, don't do it again. Do things a little differently. Get some advice. You know, anybody has any questions, I'm willing. I don't know everything, but I think I know a lot now. If I don't know, our friend Joe from Joe's Garden and Bees would know. I'm trying to grow up through this one. I don't want to pull it out. I almost did. That's a little better. Just trying to get some of that from around it. I don't think we have to mow yet. Oh, we were able to get some gas in the car yesterday. When we were out, we noticed that they had gas at Kroger. But we didn't have our mower, the tank that we put it in, the container that we put our gas in. So we got to go back out today and get some for the mowers. There's a worm. Well, these are looking so nice. Aren't they? Trying to get all these. All right. I did some of this yesterday. Come out here. It's looking good. I guess that's good for now. I love this in the middle here. Yeah, it's no sun out today. Maybe it'll clear up. I don't know. Yeah, I pulled up some of that stuff around that stump there yesterday afternoon when I watered it. Yeah, I mean, it looks funny putting those forks in there and everything, but the bottom line is, you know, if it makes your vegetables be able to grow and get, you know, to where you can harvest things off of them, then that's the result you want. I don't want to. There's one been eating a nut right here. I don't want to have to harm them, you know. But seems like we have a lot more critters this year out here. And I mean, they're just doing what they do. They don't know. They don't think like, oh, that's his garden, I better not, you know, get in it. They don't. They probably just do what they want to do. I mean, try to find some food. And it's a lot easier for them to bury their nets in this real soft soil of my beds than it is out here in the yard or somewhere. My brother-in-law Frank came and mowed the bank here. I've seen all kinds of different birds out there. There's 2 blue jays right now. There's a cardinal. There's some other kind of bird. I don't know what that one is. I filled that yesterday and it's almost empty already. I filled both feeders almost, not all the way full, but over halfway. And I put a new block of suet in there and it's over half gone. So there's a lot of birds been out there yesterday. Excuse me. Went down the wrong way. I haven't done a kitty's corner in a while. I need to work on it with the time allowing today. I'll work on that. Today's thumbnail is dinner from last night. Y'all get you some of that. If you see that Hormel chicken breast and gravy that I showed from that grocery outlet haul, that was a deal for $1.49. Let me tell you, I didn't think it was enough, so I got 2 packs. There was 3 pieces in there that was really just enough. If we had fixed the other one, it would have been too much. So we just ate, the 1 piece each, of course, and had that asparagus that we got from Kroger. It was delicious. And what was it? Mac and cheese. The mac and cheese from Kroger's. That was good. Really good. And then a Hawaiian roll. King's Hawaiian. And things are expensive, but they are good. And of course, you can get them real cheap over at Aldi, but they're not. To me, they're not exactly the same, but they're still good. But yeah, that's what we had last night. Tonight, we're going to have sloppy joes with those brioche buns we got from Kroger that look so good and soft. We're going to have some of the golden crinkle fries, Orida from Sam's, and some slaw. I got the slaw mix, the southern slaw mix, I think it's called, from Kroger. And Marie's, I think it was Marie's coleslaw dressing I'll use. We bought some slaw the other day that we had with stuff that we got from Kroger's. I think it was was it sandwiches we got or something? Anyway, no, we got some chicken, that fried chicken. And it was good, but that slaw, it's awful. I don't like that tangy taste or feeling in your mouth from some of those slaws. I don't know what it is. It makes you feel like there's some kind of chemical in it or something. So I don't want that anymore. It made me realize that my slaw is a lot better that I just make with the dressing and slaw mix. So that's what's for dinner tonight. And that makes me come to the question, which is, do you like sloppy joes? I know some people may not have even ever had them before. I don't know if it's really just a southern thing or what. I think up north they call them loose meat sandwiches, basically. Something like that. But, because Roseanne, they had basically a Sloppy Joe restaurant on Roseanne, if y'all remember that. The Lansford, what was it? Lunchbox? Lanford Lunchbox or something. So anyway, that's what we're having tonight. We're going to have them. And thought I'd ask and see who all has had them or likes them, don't like them. We use ground turkey with ours. There's a lot less fat, but they are great with, of course, with ground beef. Okay, now it's time for today's tidbits. Let me get to it here. I need my glasses on too. Actually, it might be a good day to do some things out here with the sun not out. Okay, let's see. All right. Where is it? Here we go. How Dorskora, Iceland's giant natural elephant rock. Well, I guess you could see it better if I see. It does kind of look like an elephant. Haldeskora is a natural rock formation located nearly 4.6 miles off Iceland's south coast. This rock looks like an elephant drinking water with some of its trunk submerged in the seawater. This rock, which strikingly resembles an elephant's wrinkled skin, was formed due to the eruption of Mount Eldfell volcano. Lake Superior, world's largest freshwater lake. It's amazing, I'm sure. Lake Superior is the biggest of the Great Lakes chain and the world's largest freshwater lake, with a surface area of 31,700 square miles. Its cold waters reach a depth of 1,332 feet. It has long served as an important waterway for trade and shipping since it connects Superior with the lower Great Lakes. A 600-million-year-old glacial rock in New York. A glacial erratic is a rock transported by a glacier and differs from the size and type of stone native to the area in which it rests. Rockefeller State Park Preserve in New York has a 20-foot-high giant rock which is at least 600 million years old. It was dragged down by the southward flow of the late Wisconsin Continental Glacier. Wow. Can you believe they could drag something along like that? A cave that turns everything blue. The blue, I guess I could show it. The blue caves are one of the most popular attractions of the Zakynthos Island in Greece. These sea caves were discovered in 1897 and stretch across from Agos Nikolos to Skinnery Cape. As light reflects in the crystal clear water, it lends an ethereal blue color to anything that touches it. Wow. It's crazy. How did Sahara turn into a desert? The Sahara Desert in northern Africa is one of the driest regions on Earth, but cave drawings from 11,500 to 5,500 years ago depict Egyptian people swimming in lakes surrounded by lush vegetation. A sudden shift in the climate due to the tilt of the Earth's orbital axis turned the once tropical, wet, and thriving environment into the desolate desert. Wow. Bled Island, straight out of a fairy tale. Beautiful. Lake Bled is a pristine mountain lake nestled at the base of the Julian Alps in northern Slovenia. The crowning jewel of this beautiful lake is Bled Island with its ancient church. This island forms as the pupil of a bright blue eye reflecting the rich green of forest vegetation whose only access is through the water. Wow, how did they build that? I'd like to know that. Invasive European green crabs spreading along coast. Yeah. European green crabs, a destructive invasive species, were initially observed in the late 1990s. Later, they were spotted in Washington's inland waters in 2016. Now officials say these crabs are spreading in several coastal locations. This sudden increase is unusual because they did not spread rapidly after those initial sightings 2 decades ago. Now, drink a coffee. Okay. Heat waves pose threat to power grids. As global temperatures surge, heat waves across the U.S. are becoming increasingly common. This warming trend risks putting more pressure on electrical grids that are not ready for the extended strain. Along with the heat, hurricane season, and drought that overlap with summer months add more pressure to power grids, resulting in the worst blackouts. Krupaj Spring, a natural Siberian wonder. Krupaj Spring belongs to a group of karst springs located in eastern Serbia between Malinovac and Krupaj village, about 22 miles from Zubica. The water temperature of the spring ranges from 48.2 to 51.8 degrees Fahrenheit. The spring, with its surroundings, is a protected natural monument of national importance. And lastly, a ghost forest installed in Manhattan, New York City. A ghost forest of dead cedar trees has sprung up in Manhattan, New York. Artist Maya Lin is behind the installation at Madison Square Park Conservancy. The 49 Atlantic cedars, sourced from New Jersey, were cut down to restore the ecosystem damaged by the extreme weather caused by global warming. Ghost Forest will be on show until November 14, 2021. Okay. That's kind of weird. Okay. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's tidbits, and that's it for this morning's coffee break. Please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so that you get all my videos as soon as they come out. And share with someone today, please. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you later on doing something. Bye-bye, everyone. God bless.